Coming up on Mountain News this morning, years of postponed retrials leads to a man once convicted of killing 3 children in Leslie County being able to walk the streets again. And an eastern Kentucky city unveils its latest valuable addition to its fire and EMS fleet.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is 6:32 on Friday, April 14th. Let's go back over to the Weather Center again and check in with Brandon.
I'll try not to toss the break this time, I promise, okay?
Oh, we all have days like that.
Seems like it's been one of those weeks. But anyway, yeah, it's a little bit. Here's the thing, the weather is really not helping this morning because it's kind of dreary outside, although I think we may see a little bit of sunshine here early this morning for spots. But again, it's going to be one of those days. It's overall dreary, back and forth chances for showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder. So keep your rain gear handy at all times. Back to live pinpoint Doppler radar we go, and you'll see a few spotty showers into parts of Pike County over across the border in West Virginia, and a cluster of heavier bands of rain coming into parts of Southwest Virginia. Not quite to our counties just yet, but they will be here before too long. Slade, the Mountain Parkway near the Wolf Powell County line. We are looking at maybe just a little bit of clearing skies up that way this morning. Again, maybe a few less clouds up that way. 63, warmer spot this morning. 63 at Moorhead, Jackson, 61 at London, 63 Harlan, Pikeville, 60 Prestonsburg, 66 heat wave over in Logan this morning. But even some of our cool spots like Clintwood and Grundy in the upper 50s, the coolest spots in the region is Jacksboro at 50 and Jonesville at 52. So your Emojicast for today, showers and storms possible at times today this afternoon. Stray showers tomorrow, but I think it's going to be mainly dry and warmer than it was because we got a cold front coming in on your Sunday. That 73 is a daytime high before noon, and then we'll see those rain chances off and on as the front passes by on Sunday as well. Chas?
Thank you, Brandon. A man once convicted of killing 3 children in Leslie County nearly 2 decades ago was released from jail this week. WYMT's Keaton Hall has more on how Clayton Jackson was able to get out on bond.
In February of 2004, 3 small children and their parents were found dead in their burned mobile home in Leslie County. 7 years later, Clayton Jackson of London was convicted of murdering the 3 children.
He was originally convicted back in 2011. He was given a life without parole for the murder of the children, and arson, 50 years on that.
A few years after Jackson's conviction in 2011, the Supreme Court of Kentucky ruled one of the jurors should have been removed from the case. On Wednesday, after years of retrials being postponed for various reasons, Jackson was released from the Jackson County Detention Center.
I respectfully think this man ought to be held, incarcerated in light of what he's done and the nature of the charges and the facts he was convicted many years ago. However, the Constitution at this particular point in time declares him innocent until proven guilty again.
Gary Gregory is the Commonwealth's attorney for Clay, Jackson, and Leslie counties. He says it's been a big challenge finding jurors who will hear the case.
Most people want to perform jury service. It's an honorable thing. However, let's never forget they only get paid $12.50 for each day they serve. And it's been that way, I know, at least in excess of 42 years, because I've been around that long.
Gregory says there's another trial date set for April of next year, but he's going to ask the judge to move it up.
Hopefully, wishfully, that we can try and get it over with for the victims' sakes as well. Listen, that always has to be remembered. I only wish that the wheels of justice, that they rolled around nearly as fast as the wheels of life, but they don't.
For now, Jackson isn't allowed to have contact with the victims' families or witnesses, and he must return for a trial. In Clay County, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
The trial has already moved counties once, and Gregory is worried it might happen again, causing further delays. A Southern Kentucky family wants answers after a deadly dog attack. The incident happened Wednesday morning on Slab Vanover Road in McCreary County. 61-year-old Wilma Polly Lee Reidner was killed in the attack. Animal control officers say they rounded up and euthanized some of, if not all, of the dogs that were involved. But the sheriff says they're still looking for the owner of the pack.
I'd like justice to be served, but I don't know that it will. It'll take time.
Kentucky law and McCreary County ordinance says dogs have to be behind a fence or on a 20-foot tether or leash, and they're not allowed to run loose. The U.S. Army remembered 9 Fort Campbell soldiers at a memorial service in Clarksville, Tennessee Thursday afternoon. The soldiers died when 2 helicopters crashed last month in Trigg County. 8 men and 1 woman died. Fellow soldiers spoke about them yesterday, saying rescuing fellow soldiers was their passion. Governor Andy Beshear also joined the service, saying on Twitter they were heroes who will always be remembered. One town in the Big Sandy recently added a valuable piece to its fire and EMS fleet. The city of Paintsville unveiled its new ambulance on Monday, a 2022 model with only 11,000 miles. Officials say the new unit will serve the community and county for many years. Chief Edgar Pack Jr. of the Paintsville Fire Department says the new ambulance is also a beautiful addition to the department. Captain Ben Cook designed the decals, and everyone had a say in a final vote.
So everybody has a stake in the configuration of the sticker package, and it was voted on by a unanimous vote. So everybody was pleased with it before it came, and it actually turned out better than we even thought. So we're very pleased with it.
Those with the department say they are still waiting on the equipment and state certification before it's ready to respond to calls. This time of year, weather patterns make forest fires more common, many due to burning at the wrong times, as the state is under a burn ban between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. for the spring forest fire hazard season. Firefighters say people may be a bit eager to start their spring cleaning, but it's important to wait until after April 30th if the area is as dry as it currently is.
It's not a good idea, even after 6, because you have dry fuel on the ground, and those fuels catch quickly, and first thing you know, you've got a pretty good sized fire. So it's not a good idea.
Fire crews say it's also important to keep debris away from your home in case of forest fire, and to call your local fire department if you spot a forest fire. The warmer temperatures we've been experiencing have many kids thinking about fun ways of cooling off as summer approaches. But kids in one eastern Kentucky community are finding out they're facing yet another year with no pool. Andrew Colgrove has a look at why the former popular site will be staying empty.
We used to go there every single day.
Another quiet, dry summer ahead here at the Paintsville pool, expected to remain closed for the 4th year in a row.
We was really hoping for it to be open because where it's summer, it's supposed to be really hot.
It's really fun to play in it, especially with your family.
The pool didn't open in 2020 because of the pandemic. Then in 2021, it failed an inspection. Do you have fond memories of hanging out at the pool, or was that so long ago you can't remember anymore?
Yeah, I can still remember it.
Mayor Bill Mike Runyon says they had hoped to be able to open this year with close to $1.5 million in bond money set aside to upgrade and refurbish it and add a new building. But he says the bids for the project have been closer to $2.5 to $3 million. The mayor says they've been told that's due to supply chain issues and the price of materials going up.
They said that they were going to fix it, but they never did.
Obviously, it's a disappointing development for the kids.
Everybody up here wanted to go so bad.
So how long would it take you to get from this house to the pool? About 5 seconds?
Maybe 10.
Michelle Penix lives right across from the pool.
I feel like it is really disappointing because I miss it so badly.
It's awful because well, it's supposed to be hot and you have to be stuck running around in the hot summer.
The mayor says they are still wanting to try to have something for the kids this summer. They're thinking maybe by July they can have a new splash pad built at their recreation facility.
The mayor of Paintsville, Bill Runyon, says the city is hoping to figure out a way to be able to open the pool in the summer of 2024.
.640 here on this Friday morning. We are looking again at a few showers trying to come in through parts of Buchanan and Dickinson County over here in Southwest Virginia. There's still a few over in Mingo. Looks like they've actually picked up a little bit in Logan County. There's some heavier pockets of rain going back over through parts of Wayne County, over into Lawrence County, Martin County, and Pike County this morning. Looks like there could be a small shower there in southern Magoffin County as well as you head out the door this morning. So again, just be careful. Lake Cumberland, I figured there'd be some sunshine out there, especially in those western counties. But again, You're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies. It depends on if there's rain nearby, so just be aware of that today. And again, not too bad in Pulaski County right now. 50s and 60s out there this morning. 50 in Jacksboro, 66 in Logan, but I'd say that temperature will drop here before too long since there's some rain over that way. Low to mid 70s. Our forecast high is 73. I do think, though, we could get a little warmer, especially if we see some sunshine today. So just be ready for that at times. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning, more U.S. soldiers get diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries after a series of attacks on service members in Syria.